Mind experiment.
It's no sleep, baby.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to No Sleep the Podcast. I'm AJ Simmons, one fourth of your comedy team this evening. As a comedy podcast, I'm going to do a couple jokes. Warm it up.
Let's have them.
We also have a very special guest tonight, by the way. That's the fourth person I had mentioned earlier. P.S.
Oh, yeah.
About to turn 34 years old tomorrow.
Gross.
Learning a lot. I would say my favorite thing about getting older so far is trying way harder to look significantly worse. You know?
Yeah. Eventually you stop trying.
Yeah. I'm heading there.
That's the ticket. Buddy.
Breakneck speed. I'm heading there. Yeah, I guess that's it for me. Cut to Tom McGrain. Just one joke this evening. I apologize. You wanted more?
They'll come.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's right next to it. I'm sorry.
I was out of touch last week and didn't know about the ladies going to space. But now it's been all over the news and everybody's being real hard on Katy Perry, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like she's, kind of out of touch. And I was like, well, maybe it's good for women. But then I saw what she said when she landed. Let them eat space. It's Marie Antoinette joke. You got it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good. All right. Perfect. I'm glad I wrote it. I drive a beer truck. You guys know that. I think most of the listening audience probably
Everyone
knows that. And as a beer truck driver, when you're driving along, la la, woo, you get a lot of waves and a lot of thumbs up, which is a lot better than when I used to drive that poison truck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Today, this is just I'm sharing a little bit of life here. This is
slice of life.
100% true.
Living La Vida Loca.
That's right, buddy, because I am. I'm a crazy son of a bitch. Today I got off work, and my stepdaughter had to go to gymnastics with mom, and I was at home with the baby right when I got off work, who was not having a great time. I was like, oh, my God, I just got home from work. This is Dad's pooping time,
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I don't really know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not going to hold the baby while I'm pooping, and she's not having a good time. So I was like, what can I possibly do here to take a shit and not have to, lock the baby up, bawling her head off. So I poured her a bath and plopped her in there because she loves it. And I was like, all right, you sit in there, and Dad's going to sit right here and take a big old shit.
Oh, yeah. Those are some of those core memories, Sitting shotgun while Dad's taking a fucking hot shit,
That was the first one. And I was like, whoo, ripe. And she was just having a great time.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Just let Daddy change his diaper.
Yeah, that's the comeuppance, You got to smell hers.
Yeah, and maybe we can discuss this, Brandon.
Oh,
later.
yeah.
But the other night, it was real late. The baby woke up at like 1 a.m. I had already gone to bed. I woke up to feed the baby. And I was sitting there holding her. I was like, man, I love this baby so goddamn much. I can't believe how much I love this baby. And I was like, you know how we made this baby? Having sex. I started thinking about her mom and how we made the baby and how much I love this baby. And I fucking get a massive rager feeding my baby. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, this seems kind of right, though.
Yeah.
Not now,
It was
Penis.
messed up, dude. Yeah. This isn't a good time. Yeah,
Not
but it
now.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sarah will appreciate me telling you that story, but
It's a great one.
it was totally, I was like, is this a normal thing? I don't know, but
You were turned on.
Yeah.
By it.
yeah,
It
just
is.
like the love.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thinking about it, I was like, oh yeah, I remember
Yeah.
like doing your mom is what made you, and I love you so much.
Yeah.
It's all about love, baby.
yeah.
It's all about love.
Yeah. So that was funny. That's it for me.
Yeah. Cut to Alex Carter, please.
Let's see. I know it's crazy, and you can call your congressman, You can call your senator. You can march in the streets. But that doesn't change the fact that Tom Cruise is still going to sprint in his movie trailers.
That's right. Best believe.
The new trailer for Mission Impossible 75 came out. You better believe he's sprinting in that thing.
Oh, yeah.
As hard as he can.
Oh,
just
absolutely.
like always.
The real impossible mission is him walking.
Oh, yeah. It's got to be a full-out sprint or nothing.
Yeah, hanging from a plane.
Hanging from
It's
a
like,
plane.
yo,
Yeah.
Tom, they got seats in there.
No. He's going to hang on.
AJ, remember when we saw Top Gun?
Maverick.
Yeah. And there was a trailer for the Mission Impossible movie.
Oh, great.
And it said, and then this long ass trailer, and we're like, oh, it looks cool. And then at the end of the trailer, it said, Part 1. I fucking started dying laughing. So I was like, give me a fucking break. Part 1. But yeah, anyway, not a good story.
He
Just
loves to
sharing.
work.
He does.
That Tom Cruise.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
And now he's officially reached the stage where it's like the weird HGH old guy body, you know? I like
His
it.
rock hard moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything starts to like shift. a little.
The Scientology witchcraft has worked really well up to now, but now it's catching up.
Yeah.
To him.
Yes.
Now you see him, and you're like,
Oh,
uh-oh.
yeah.
He can't keep this together. It's breaking apart the scenes.
Right. He
It's
should
about to all come apart.
he should try to be, instead of being super ripped old man, just be like skinny old man, and then you don't have like the weird old muscly body shape. you
Yeah.
know?
Unless you're J.K. Simmons, he can pull it off.
That's true. He seems more. I assume he's probably doing something as well.
Oh, they all
Shaq,
are, man.
yeah.
You kidding me?
Yeah.
But they do have a little bit of that like slightly melted wax figurine
Yeah.
kind of look to their torso.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get the weird drugs that nobody even knows about.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Pump
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
The adrenochrome.
Yeah, man.
Infant blood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when you sign the contract for a Marvel movie, they just set like 18 vials down next to it. Like, you better get going on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to gain 28 pounds of lean muscle in 4 months
Yes.
at age 61. Yeah. No problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
No problem.
And we're going to send you to Turkey for hair plugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need that six-pack by the time we drop the trailer, so get in there.
And finally, you already started to kind of meet him, but our very special guest this evening, Mr. Brandon Ream, everybody.
Oh.
Hey. Comedian extraordinaire.
Hell yeah.
Longtime friend, first time on the podcast, even including the old version, I think,
wow.
right?
Oh, yeah.
He has been on Let's Ruin Our Childhood live. I guess
I
that
was.
the
From Beast Village.
That's right.
That was a collab.
Yeah. Didn't we do another live podcast at another Beast Village at Gaslamp?
Maybe. There's been so many
Yeah.
of them.
There's a version
Yeah.
of it.
Right.
But
Anyway.
yeah, I mean, I had heard tell
Oh,
of
yeah.
Brandon Ream even before I'd ever met you, just because
Yeah.
you were, I think you'd already moved to New York by the time I started stand-up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
maybe Beast Village, we ran into each other a few times before you fully moved back. But
Yep.
now you've been back in Des Moines for quite a few years. It's been a great addition, my friend.
Yeah, coming up on 4 now. 4 this June.
Crazy.
It's been
Yeah, it
long
is.
enough now
It's
that I
wild.
sort of erased the whole you not being here part.
Yeah.
Like, that's just gone.
Right,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You were gone for years.
It's
Yeah.
a blur to me, and I was gone.
Yeah, because were you in New York for 10 years or
Like
so?
7 years?
Okay.
But you went to Madison before that.
Like
for
a year or
yeah.
so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there anything from doing stand-up comedy in New York that you've been able to pull away with that kind of informed you about the larger comedy life picture, you know? Like as a career?
Oh, just that, man, it's nice to have rich parents.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the secret sauce.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or marry a doctor. A lot of people do that.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not saying that that's what it takes, but,
Right.
you know, when you don't have a day job, you know, so much of it is just hanging out, you know, because everybody's fucking funny, you know, so it's all about just hanging out. You
Yeah.
have no idea how big a part of comedy is going to people's birthday parties.
Buddy, I know that just in Des Moines.
Yeah.
You know, like having a baby and not being around. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. No more shows for this guy.
That's right. You didn't come to my bar mitzvah, so
Yeah.
you ain't getting booked, buddy.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so that's one of the big takeaways for you, you would say, is just the
Oh, yeah.
FaceTime element.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You know, because like I said, there's just so many funny people. And well, what's really crazy now is I pretty much stopped doing comedy. Funny, the big show that I was fucking booked for and stoked to do, I was gonna do Caroline's on Broadway.
Oh shit.
And that was like gonna be my fucking feather in the hat, being like, I've been working my fucking ass off, gonna do like
Oh, yeah.
an all-time club, and I was booked to do it April 13th of 2020.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I don't even know what comedy in New York is like now, because it's,
Right.
from my
Yeah.
understanding, is it's very
Post-COVID.
different post-COVID.
Damn.
Yeah, so which is also funny because it always sucks, right, when like March and you have all your social media memories popping up, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like we just scheduled, I think, March 17th or something like that. We
Yeah.
were going to start doing the Nostalgic Front podcast live from the Creek in the Cave.
Oh, damn.
fucking, like every week and shit, and and then
And then knots.
Yeah.
then
Time
knots.
Hop is like, hey, this is where the universe fucked you in the ass.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was hoping to forget that actually.
Yeah. That's actually most of what Time Hop is.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
It's always
Yeah.
crushing
Yeah.
heartbreaks.
Yeah.
Like somehow it knows exactly. Yeah. Interesting.
I did have a good one today that I almost shared. Can I share that with you guys?
Oh yeah.
Please.
Share away.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna put this on my Insta. It's so funny.
Cute baby photo there.
Hey,
I'm
thanks.
not trying to creep on your shit, but
A man is walking through, I don't know, a Middle Eastern street, we'll say, and he finds a lamp and he rubs it, and a genie pops out and he says, I am a genie and I will grant you 3 wishes. What is your first wish? He says, I want to be rich. And he says, what is your second wish, rich?
those
Love it.
those
Love
fucking
it.
gins.
Yeah. They always have the back door. They always
Oh, yeah,
do.
dude.
Yep.
Goddamn.
I don't know why that tickles me so hard.
It's a good one.
Mhm.
Well, and for those that are watching that have never seen Mr. Ream do stand up, I mean, you are like the joke master of Des Moines, I think, at this point, right? At least.
I'll take the title.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
When I'm talking, like bread and butter, like setup, punchline,
Oh, yeah.
like jokes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to think of some Ream questions earlier when I was hanging out around the house, and one of the questions I had come up with was that sort of a choice for you comedically to like be sort of a jokey joke guy, or was it what worked?
Oh, it's just. I mean, it's just.
I have a better way to
What's
ask that. How broken is your brain?
Oh, my brain's. Well, you guys fucking hung out with me, and like, I mean, it's just how I'm fucking wired to
Yeah, like a pun
think
machine.
like I can't help it. My
Yeah.
wife hates it. My teachers have hated it, and
So it
like-
existed before.
well, yeah, like, and it's funny too because I always wanted to do stand up, but like I grew up watching like fucking, like Pryor and Carlin.
Oh, yeah.
And they're doing like these long form, like, just, and the idea of trying to, so in my brain, when I wanted to do stand up, I'm trying to like write with like those guys, when I'm trying to think of bits when, years before I ever did an open mic.
right.
And then,
Yeah.
eventually heard like, the big one for me was like Mitch Hedberg,
Yeah.
and being like, oh, you can just do that,
right.
Sure.
and then like I think Zach Galifianakis live at the Purple Onion, and
I
then
love that
I was,
special.
So good.
and then I did an open mic like within like 2 months of watching that.
How old were you at that point?
28.
14.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
a young Eddie Murphy type.
Yeah, you started a year or 2 after I did. Oh, was your first one ever the huge show at People's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I got drugged there by Alexei Solodov,
Oh,
the crazy Russian.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Who's
is
Ukrainian.
Which
Doesn't quite go as well these days.
no,
Yeah.
Was that his stage name? sort of?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Once you fuck this Russian, there'll be no more discussion. I remember that. yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that
I'm
guy.
liking the sound of this
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I did it, and it was a fucking packed room at People's. Fucking great show, great crowd, and I thought that's what every open mic was gonna be like after that. Like they just fucking pack them out, and it was a good show too. A lot of like the people we'd see for the years and years after that.
Yeah.
Fucking, I remember seeing tons of people crushes like what you and Ficken and Van Onen and Lebedo.
I was in the crowd and I was so jealous. I've been doing comedy for like a month and a half, and I wanted on this show to let the world see I could be a comedian too. And it was like a big night though. It was huge.
So was this a
huge
mic or a
response.
show?
It was
mic.
like a. It was.
This is
an
the one we talked
industry-
about when like the Funny Bone was show.
The
showed
Funny
up.
Bone was there
The
to
bookers
like
were
see
there.
who they might want.
Oh, it was like a talent.
Yeah, and they
scouting
decided nobody.
mic.
No,
Right.
they asked me.
Oh,
I don't worry about it.
They decided.
They asked me, and then I got my 5 minutes at the Funny Bone, and then I made fun of the Funny Bone, and they were like, "No." I was like, "All right, see you later."
Pleasure doing business with you.
yeah. But
Yeah.
on the flip side, that's kind of like where the scene, from my perspective, kind of like grew, was the whole fact that
Yeah.
Yeah.
they didn't give a
We
shit.
were outright just rejected from the comedy club in town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's it for us. Now we got
They're
to
a little. They're a little better now.
Oh, they're way
Yeah.
better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Seems that
We
way.
could have never imagined that there would be locals opening and working there constantly.
Right.
Yeah, some
That was not
featuring.
happening.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal for some of
Well, and
the
then
headliners.
yep. I remember also that show. I did an STD joke, a more specific.
Was it about a
one.
touchdown?
It wasn't. I did do that one too, but then I followed it up, and the girl it was about was in the crowd, and I was like,
Oh yeah. That's always fun.
yeah.
Did she know it was about her?
I don't think she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she was a real bad alcoholic.
You had
so-
plausible deniability for how much of a slut you were.
Yeah.
God damn. So that talent scouting open mic show at People's, that was your first performance ever.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Fucking
God
crazy.
damn.
I remember you. I remember that.
Did you rehearse in front of the mirror with a hairbrush at all before that? or-
No, I just took a fucking year's worth of Facebook updates and fucking slammed together what I could. And,
Do you remember how it went?
it went okay. I got
Nice.
I got the video somewhere. It doesn't.
Oh.
It's not.
You have a video of your first ever.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
not great, but
I used that
I would
video
love to have seen that.
of me from that a friend of mine just took
yeah.
from behind a fucking pole. And I used that to apply to the only comedy
yeah.
festival I've ever tried to get on. And they were like, I knew the guy running it. I was like, this is no problem. I'll get right in.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I guess he didn't like the pole in my video or the horrible quality of it. But yeah.
Hell yeah.
It was probably harder to get a clip, even 10 years ago compared to how it is now.
Oh yeah.
You
Well,
know?
nobody had phones. And
Yeah, like
shit.
smartphones now, you could realistically shoot a decent looking clip on a modern iPhone.
And there weren't nearly as many like indie festivals
Right.
going on around, and the ones that would
That
take.
basically started with like in our when we started comedy. That era of comedy is when
Yeah.
festivals
The
started.
festival
Oh,
era,
yeah.
really.
kicked off in high gear. You know?
Well, yeah, because it was all like coming out of the club and like DIY shit starting to pop off, and like because I remember like talking to one of the first times I did a show in Omaha, talking with Zach Peterson, and he was like, yeah, it's the new punk rock comedy, and
Sure.
I've slept on enough couches and floors to confirm that.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna mention that that's what I like post pandemic comedy. The change for me, and I guess I've quit drinking, but like everyone is way, even in Iowa Midwestern comedy, people are way less fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Like 100 times less. Like you used to go to a comedy, like AJ had a comedy party last summer,
Yeah, I did.
and we were like, yeah, and everybody's just kind of chilling out.
Vibing,
in their own
having
little
fun.
groups.
Everyone was just very stoned.
That's
Yeah.
also true.
which is an interesting party
Yeah,
vibe, I will
it
say.
really
It's
is.
different than a drinking party
Yeah.
vibe.
Yes.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah.
It's a lot of people sort of just eating and like looking around.
Nodding at each other.
Yeah.
Well, the,
Eating and looking around.
Yeah.
the Beechwood used to have free beer for
Oh,
the
yeah.
comics on every fucking show. That was like
Oh,
one of the first
Free
shows.
beer.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the House of Bricks started It
dollar
started-
PBR.
Yeah, $1.
And God help
Dollar
And
us.
it went up all the way to $1.50.
Yeah, yeah.
Almost caused a riot, probably.
And then some of those fucking parties at Alex's loft.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
People
Yep.
just getting shit faced.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds like some good times.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and then you fucking top it off with some Abelardos and
Hell yeah,
make your
dude.
way home.
I know some of these young comedians these days. They're like, "Oh no, I don't drink. I don't do anything." You're like, "What are you doing here then?
Right.
You're normal. You have healthy boundaries." And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Boring.
boring.
I worked with the dude. This is why I'll tell a story about him because he quit via text on a Monday and he can go fuck himself.
Nice.
He came in. He was talking about how much. He's like, yeah, I had to give up drinking. I was like, oh, I wasn't actually talking to him. I heard this discussion from somewhere else. He's like, yeah, I used to put down a bottle of Fireball every weekend. And I was like, what? You call that a drinking problem?
Yeah.
You fucking pussy? Anyway. yeah.
And who drinks a bottle of Fireball a weekend? The alcohol's the least of your problems.
Yeah.
That shit is full of fish
Crap.
tranquilizers
Fire.
and stuff.
Balls.
Like that. Ugh.
Well, it's just like, I don't know, even like a big red gum. It's nice every once in a while, but you don't want to have like a whole pack in one sitting, like drinking that much Fireball per day. Pretty gross.
Yeah.
I think I'd almost rather go Jaeger than Fireball in that
Cinnamon
situation.
flavor. I've said this. Cinnamon gum, especially, is all at once every time I chew it. Too much
Yeah.
and not enough.
That's
Yeah.
like I
Where
just
you're
like
like
the cereals.
like you want
Sounds
more
like my
from
sex
it
life.
or less. yeah.
It's too much, but also not enough.
Yeah, and then comedy in New York trained me to fucking drink shitty shit.
Oh,
You
I'm
know?
sure. Yeah.
Because
Prices.
and you're going to shows and mics multiple times a night from one bar to
$13
another.
Budweisers.
Oh no, fucking $5 beer shot combos.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, but it's always like the worst beer and the worst whiskey.
Absolutely.
So you're just drinking random whiskeys
5 o'clock.
that named after some type of fucking driftwood. You know.
A nice Steel Reserve in a can, maybe.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. And just getting that ugly whiskey face, but you aren't running up a tab.
Yeah.
You know, and just drinking fucking tell me more, dude. Or whatever shit whiskey they fucking pull out.
How, when you were at your height of doing like mics and shit in New York, how many would you do in a night? Or would you be,
Oh, I try and do 2 to 3.
yeah.
I mean, when I was about 2 years into New York, it's pretty much all I did, and then you're living with an apartment full of like 4 other comedians, and
I can
Trying-
imagine how that smells.
oh yeah, dude, it's like trying to get booked for the shower is fucking hard.
Who books this thing?
Yeah, you got to talk to Gary about that, man.
But I mean, I was trying to hit on like 15 a week if I could.
Goddamn.
That's awesome, man. You must have been sharp.
Were you getting 2 minutes, 3 minutes generally?
2 to
Yeah.
3, yep. Which is really, that was one of the hardest things about moving back was
Stretching for time.
No. No,
What else? What else?
No, was
Yeah.
all of a sudden having
What
to
do you
watch
do?
everybody do 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's what I like.
Especially,
Yeah.
yeah.
At Teehees, we did the 3 minutes.
If it was
Oh,
over
yeah.
like 20.
yeah, I
some,
think
right?
it was anything over 20, we did 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Sets, which I feel like is a fair rule.
It was miraculous.
Yes.
It made for
I
a
love
better
it.
mic.
It sucks
for
when
sure.
it's your set when you're like, God damn it,
Yep.
I
Yeah,
need those
but-
two. Yeah.
It cuts the bullshit out,
Yeah, and if you're trying new stuff, you likely don't have a new 5 in a week anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody gets to the let's see what else
Yeah.
part of their open
Anyway.
mic set, and it's like, all right, let's move it along.
Yeah, what was that thing I said in the text earlier? 1 second.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'll read off some memes that I liked
it's no
today.
good.
Yeah. What do you guys want to talk about?
I like that you, as a host at Beechwood, I know I've seen you at least do it once. You address that where you're like, hey, look, if you're up there and you've done all the stuff that's kind of going to work, don't waste everybody's time being like, anyway, what else? What else do I got?
Oh yeah, man.
Like you're a Greek philosopher, you know?
Yeah, what do you guys want to talk about?
Yeah.
That means you're done.
Please give us more jokes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please, sir.
It's also generally people that have not done well for the rest of the set.
Oh, yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
like, oh yeah.
That was one of the favorite excuses or defenses I would hear running the club would be from people being like, 5 minutes just isn't enough time for me to establish the thing and land the plane and make them all laugh. Man, it would change everybody's lives if they heard what I could do in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like, if you're getting zero
Incorrect.
laughs for 5 minutes straight,
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, just got to set them up.
there is no way.
That back in the festival
Earth.
days when I was involved, watching submission videos, you can basically you're like at 99% of the time you can tell whether or not someone is going to be funny within about 22 seconds.
Yeah.
I think that's even generous.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you like, are they going to be there? And I would be like, that maybe that's not fair. I'll stick around, and then I'd be like, nah, I could have. I knew already.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the people would come up and you're like instantly like, no.
Yeah.
Then you're like, no, hold on. Just let me. And then you watch another minute. You're like, there's a minute I wish I had back in my life. Damn it. I knew
Yeah.
it. This guy sucked.
And then you're like, a woman? Absolutely not.
Next.
I kid.
Yeah.
My kids are women.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
You do kid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Brandon's about to kid pretty soon here.
Oh.
Heck yeah.
How about that?
Less than two.
Baby daddy.
Yeah. It's coming.
When is it? When's the due date?
June 18th.
Oh man.
It's going right down the pipe.
Yeah.
Right.
Literally.
Little girl. Little.
Oh hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Little hell yeah.
Lesson.
Yep.
That's funny.
We call her
If you
HY.
guys don't know, that's even funnier.
call her
than-
Hi.
Yeah.
That's kind of Brandon's saying,
Yeah.
folks. It's honestly,
Our babies will
it's
be
like
less than a
mantra,
year apart.
really.
Yeah.
Nice.
That'd be kind of
Irish cousins.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Yep.
yeah. Well, that's the dream right there, is to have your kids, like your friends,
eat it
kids.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because James Doyle, he has some kids too. I guess they'd be a little bit older, but they might be like
Yeah.
in high school at the same time.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine. Oh, Jesus. That's a.
Girls, you stay away from those Doyle boys.
They're no good.
The Doyles do not rule.
Yeah.
They're going to talk to you about the Bears all the time.
God damn. You got to be pretty excited though, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm especially ready for the kid just to get here, you know.
Yeah.
This is-
Yeah.
You know, wife's tired and and I try and help out as much as I can. She's kills it going to, because she's a teacher during the
Oh,
day.
yeah.
So she's already just spent from that. I mean, she's typically, before she was pregnant, some days you get home from teaching Des Moines Public School and you're
Uh-huh.
fucking tired enough as
Oh, yeah.
is.
Oh, totally.
And then, yeah. So
And you're like, well, I'm going to the mic. See you later.
which
I got
all
to do
our,
this, sweetie.
our wives and girlfriends all love that.
she's gracious enough for that. So,
Yeah.
and then luckily there's enough time where she's just fucking pooped and like, I don't even care. Get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good though.
Yeah.
You're good. Okay.
Can I get you anything?
I can bring back a corn dog.
Did the Snookies run last night at 8. That was a fun one.
Nice.
Ooh.
No line. No
Oh,
line.
amazing.
Yeah. The rare Snookies run where you're just in and out, man.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Well, I guess it was a little drizzly.
And
Yes,
Easter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Easter.
Yeah. Which is that's
I'm
always that
surprised
pain-
they were open, kind of.
Yeah.
Hmm.
She did some fucking I was like, oh, I don't know, it's Easter. They're probably, they got to be closed.
Yeah.
It's Easter,
Yeah.
And then she did some fucking sleuthing, and it was like, well, they were open last year at this time, regular hours for Easter, and I'm like, all right, fuck.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the worst arm twist, I'm gonna get an Arctic blast out of the thing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
dude,
better
that's
believe
true.
it.
I think
Got to get your beak wet.
Oh yeah.
it's the hierarchy of Christian religious holidays is kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're born, man, you get like days off, you put up lights and shit. Comes back from the dead, don't even get a fucking day off work.
Boring.
Not
Horse shit.
not enough fucking capitalist like movement on
I
the
know.
Easter end, you
Yeah.
know?
It's true.
We're not
man.
buying shit, you know?
But I'm still trying.
Easter basket.
I mean,
Yeah.
Peeps, those little marshmallow treats, their whole market is really one day of the year.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Absolutely.
There's some toys popping around at Easter, but it's shit like fucking kites and yo-yos, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Whistles.
Outdoor toys.
What is
Yeah.
this, 1932?
Yeah, plastic shit that doesn't even have a battery for it, you know?
Easter Bunny fleshlight. I mean, come on.
And Easter is one of those holidays too that you just kind of fucking forget that's even happening. Like
Yeah, it
You-
sneaks up on you.
yeah, you just like run your errands and you go to Target and you're like, man, there's a lot of parking available today,
yeah.
you know? And then you find out like fucking Target's closed and you're like, the fuck? It's just Easter,
Yeah.
yeah.
you know?
Nobody really cares. I mean, come on.
Right.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have a little cheesy potatoes.
You don't even
couple
get- yeah.
rolls.
Mhm.
That's it.
Ham.
Yeah.
a-
I
that-
hammed it up at the McGrain
Hey,
house.
we
It was
always
right.
ham it up, right?
Yeah.
The problem is the Easter Bunny doesn't have elves.
Yeah.
That's true.
He doesn't have enough
Yeah.
lore.
They need to take it. I'm surprised they haven't. The way capitalism works, they should have
Yeah.
amped that whole story line.
There's
up
no
at this point.
backstory.
Pepsi should have grabbed
Yeah.
Easter the way
Yes.
Coke grabbed Christmas.
Totally.
Yeah.
We could have blue Easters, blue and red. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Like we have no backstory on the Easter Bunny.
No.
Yeah.
Fucking-
well, it
there's no
seems like-
good Easter movies.
We watched Hop yesterday, and your what you just said remains true.
Best Easter movies, Mallrats, and that's about it.
Yeah.
You know?
And the Easter Bunny strikes me as a guy that you don't want to look into his background. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
It's
I
a
get
giant
that.
fucking rabbit
Yeah.
hiding eggs and shit.
Hiding eggs,
Yeah.
hopping around with a little basket. I don't like that.
A lot of humping, I'm sure,
Yeah.
too. You know, well, I mean,
It's a wrap.
it's a fertility fucking holiday, anyways. You know,
It's
Yeah.
true.
I think people are also much worse about keeping Easter, like as far as like the Easter Bunny versus Santa Claus.
yeah,
I feel like people would be like, "Yeah, I hid the eggs over here." Like, you didn't hide them. The Easter Bunny did. God damn it. Anyway,
Just had to get
want
that
the
off
kids
my
to- I
chest.
just want the kids to
Yeah,
believe,
that's-
you know.
well, that's another thing too. You're a fucking,
I believed for a while.
you're a fucking kid, and you're stoked to go hunt down these Easter eggs
Yeah.
and shit, and then it's just like a warm ass fucking egg that's been sitting out in a yard for half a fucking day.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and
you get yourself all hyped up. You're like, oh, we're gonna go Easter egg hunting, and then when you're there doing it, you're like, actually, this is bullshit.
yeah,
I loved it when I was a kid.
I liked it a lot too.
Yeah.
My mom would do the little, crack open plastic eggs
Yeah.
where you can put stuff in them and close them back up.
Oh yeah.
And she would do some with little rocks in it, but then other ones would have quarters and stuff in them. So you'd go around, and some of them they trick you, especially as a kid. You'd think it was change, it was rocks, but then every once in a while there might be like a $5 bill too.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when you're a kid that age, I remember you could take a bunch of quarters.
That money spends.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
arcade games,
Hell
Jolly
yeah.
Ranchers.
Oh yeah.
She.
Which God bless those old gas station employees that had to deal with fucking all the nickel fucking
Oh,
candies.
I miss it.
Oh yeah, well yeah, but you go in there and just fucking spend an hour figuring out how you're gonna spend that dollar. on
Maximize.
fucking- exactly.
Maximize.
And then you
Go.
spend-
You're up there. Start asking them tax questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah, 75 cents.
If
on
I
fuck-
get 8 Laffy Tappies and these candy cigarettes, will I have enough?
I have this many.
I need a quarter. I need to walk away with a quarter so I can play Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, those are good core memories right there.
Oh yeah. I've walk across town to the gas station, pick up cans on the way.
Oh yeah, dude.
By the time I get there, I've got like $1.05 maybe. If I find a couple bottles, 10 cents.
Oh,
there.
buddy.
Well,
My sister was a server at a restaurant and just kept this tin full of silver change
oh yeah.
on her dresser in her bedroom. I'd be like, daily, I'd be like,
Well,
go to Walgreens, 3 for $1 candy bars. I'd be like, this what's up.
it-
Fucking
it's
living
a-
high on the hog.
it's a dead meme now because nobody has change
I know.
anymore. But fucking couches were always reliable
Oh, yeah.
too. For
Oh yeah, shake
know?
them down.
like $1.50 goes pretty far,
Mhm.
and you can fucking find that pretty easily
Yep.
in a couch. You have to dig through some like Doritos
Yep.
too, or whatever other crap is
That's
in
all
that
right.
couch
And then you
cushion.
eat the Dorito.
Oh yeah, dude, still good.
yeah.
that McDonald's
The little
fry
ones
ain't
stay
going
crunchy.
bad.
That's right.
It never will.
You find a roach. You're like, working your way through it. Those are good time. I mean,
Yeah. Now kids just have to steal debit cards.
that's
I
right.
don't even know what
It's
they do.
tough.
They don't leave the house
It's
anymore.
tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just cash app.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They Zelle each other all day.
I do.
Yeah, Venmo makes it too easy to have to pay people back. That's my main
Yeah.
complaint about Venmo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because before it'd be
You can
like,
just Venmo me.
Oh
yeah,
God, yeah.
or before it'd be
I
like,
don't,
oh,
have, I don't have my checkbook with me.
yeah, oh, next time I have cash,
Oh yeah.
I'm good for it.
Yeah.
Now it's like, yeah, you can just Venmo me, and then they sit there and they wait to see.
Remember being that cheap ass 20-year-old dude.
Yeah,
Back in the day, it's like, they don't have an ATM fee here. It's like $5, so I'll get you later.
yeah. I'll buy dinner for sure.
Yeah, now you can just fucking send a request.
Right
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they know, and they can. You can pay a little extra and get that instant transfer. Even it's too fast
It is.
for a man of meager income such as myself. I need that.
That's what I miss.
I need that little limbo period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Can't float checks like you used to, you know.
No, sir.
Oh yeah, man. That was
All my comedy money was Venmo. That's what I miss about just having a little fucking stash of cash
yeah.
from doing stand up that I didn't even think about. I never touched it. And it would just gradually rise.
Yep.
And then when I had something dumb to pay, I'd be like, oh, I'll do this. But now, I don't do it very much these days. So
Because you did it
I did.
the other day. Yeah.
I did. What did I do the other day?
Oh, your
Huh?
girlfriend.
That's right.
Well, my big question is, if we're so fancy and scientific and technological, why can't I just take a picture of the cash for mobile deposit? You know what I'm saying?
I know, right? It's got the serial numbers on it.
you can trust me.
Yeah.
I'll burn it after I take a picture.
Yeah, I promise I'll take it straight to the bank right after I do that. Just saying. Goddamn.
You take a picture of the back of all the money,
A lot of crazy shit going on back there.
the backside of the money.
$20 bill.
Little spider selling a $20 bill.
I don't know. I think they've changed them enough now. You can't fold them and have all the weird conspiracy shit.
Oh, you
make the
can.
two towers.
Little alien
Oh
face.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was the kind of stuff that impressed me a little too much when people would do those kind of things.
A little too much.
Yeah.
You're like, holy shit.
Yes, I was.
Start
very-
having a panic attack.
Yeah.
I never thought about it like that. But as a kid, I was very gullible and very
Oh, yeah.
impressed by shit like that. The S's that
Oh,
we
yeah.
talked about that. They
Yeah.
drunk. I remember learning that and being like, as far as I'm concerned, I don't really need to learn anything else.
Yes. I think I got it.
Good to go.
Kind of got the bare necessities now.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go out into the world.
I'm
Oh
a
yeah.
man.
Well, that Illuminati eyeball pyramid thing from day one always fucks with you. As
Yeah.
a kid, you're like, what the fuck is this?
I do remember seeing that as a kid and just like the is this Egypt? What's the pyramid doing?
Yeah.
An eyeball?
Yeah.
Is some sort of occult money?
It's all like Freemason shit, isn't it?
I think so. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I can't. That's
Most
one of
of
those
my
things I
info
used
comes
to
from
know.
National Treasure.
Yeah. yeah.
If you hold the dollar bill up with the glasses that have the three lenses, they all line up, and you look at it, and then it shines through, and it tells you where the secret door is to get
Oh,
Grant's
perfect.
tomb or something like that.
Right. To see Nicolas Cage's dick.
Hey.
Yeah,
Ooh.
all right.
And a T-Rex.
Willy's Wonderland. All right.
God damn. Oh, I rewatched Dune 2 last night, by the way.
Ah,
Are you Dune heads in here,
I like the
boys?
Dunes.
Oh yeah.
You?
I
Oh,
like
yeah.
them together. The first one, I was like, that wasn't really a whole movie.
Yeah.
Still great looking, but I like, now once the second one came out, I appreciated the first one more. I would
Yeah.
say.
Is the second one called Dune 2, Dune It Again?
Wait a second. Now, but I rewatched it, and I keep forgetting that in Dune 2, Christopher Walken is on the cast,
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
and he plays the emperor of like the entire universe. And that movie is so meticulously done on every level. Every shot is perfect.
Oh yeah.
Acting across the board is great.
Matt Jacobson's in it.
That's right.
Mhm.
And then every time the camera goes over to Christopher Walken, he's like, "But Baron." I mean, he can't help but do the Christopher
No.
Walken voice, and it's so funny. And I'm like, I love him so much. I'm gonna let it slide on this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
they
spice,
got weird people in Arrakis, you know?
for sure.
the spice is
Yeah.
nice. It's
Nah.
crazy that he's still acting too. He's an old
Yeah,
guy.
he's in Severance.
Goddamn,
Mm-hmm.
I need to watch that.
Talking about, I was listening to a movie podcast today, as I do, moved away from the news, and they were talking about Inside Out 2 and how great it is. It's about a 13-year-old girl kind of become, that transition in puberty because she's 13 in Inside Out 2. I started thinking about it. I was like, you could not make Inside Out about a 13-year-old boy. That would not work.
Yeah.
Because they don't really know what's going on, but it'd be all boobs.
Yeah.
It'd just be boobs.
Cartoon boobs.
Yeah.
Or maybe
boobs.
occasionally burning something.
yes.
Maybe killing a small animal. or
Right.
something.
There'd be some stuff like that, too.
Yeah.
Burning ants, starting shit on fire, boobs. You don't really know
Whacking
the vagina
off with your
stuff,
friends.
but it'd be like naked ladies with like weird butts because you didn't know what was going on down there, but you still want it.
Your
Yeah.
brain's just filling
Yeah.
it in.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what sex is.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that would be a nightmarish movie.
Yes.
Truly.
Like if they switched genders for Inside Out 2, it wouldn't work.
They just knew what they were doing, you know?
I mean, it would
Yeah.
it'd work, but
It would work. You'd have
be
to change the rating. Yeah.
be rated M.
yeah. Yes.
God
Yes.
damn.
I for immature.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
Shiloh's not giving it up on the soundboard tonight. I don't know what the deal is. We've crossed her in some way. Can I borrow one of your little vapolas?
Oh yeah.
I still haven't bought one. It's
good
been
job, buddy.
over a week.
Mine's on 0, so
Nice.
it might taste a little
That's all right.
salivary or something like that.
As I've said before, to a man in the desert,
Mm-hmm.
the slightest drop of water tastes pretty good.
Much like Arrakis, that is a spit vape.
Oh, yeah. What? Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Were you ever a cigarette smoker, Brandon?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Nice.
yeah. Well, I mean, just when it, high school, and then for about 4 or 5 years. I managed to quit while working in the food industry, too.
Wow.
Service industry.
That's like a Herculean.
Yeah.
That really is.
Herculean.
Herculean.
What
Yeah.
at
I
that
had a
time?
stroke.
What possessed you in your 20s to quit smoking? Just that you knew you should.
Yeah, and I'm a cheap ass, too.
There you go.
And I was like, so I just fucking.
You could see the writing on the walls.
Oh,
Oh
already.
yeah, yeah, and I mean, you used to play just fucking. And it was just gross because we play a lot of video games when you're fucking like that age, and you just have that ashtray of just fucking
Butts.
butts while you're fucking working through 40 hours of Final Fantasy over a fucking weekend.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Chaining and playing
you know,
video
just-
games.
Butts and bong rips.
That sounds fucking sick.
That old school weed with fucking seeds and shit.
Oh yeah.
Just give you a big headache for a while.
Oh yeah.
Mulch or weed? I don't know.
Yeah, you get a fucking right angle corner of weed.
Yeah, it would literally smell like hay.
Oh yeah.
This should be all right.
Yeah.
I'm smoking it either way. So
Oh, yeah.
it's happening.
Kids don't know what it's like nowadays, where you take a big hit of weed and it accompanied by a pop, pop, pop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It would explode in your mouth from the seeds popping.
Blow your joint up.
Yep.
Yeah, hell yeah.
God damn. It's been a long time since I've seen weed like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's like brick.
Brick.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yikes.
Used to have a big old fucking appropriately enough frisbee disc.
Oh yeah.
Frisbee golf disc. The other side of those, perfect for holding all
Absolutely.
of your cleaning material.
Nice. I like that. A little pro tip.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah.
I went and bought a new grinder not that long ago at Uncle Ruckus's. I don't know if
Oh,
you've been
yeah.
there. It's kind of like a head shop, skate shop kind of
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
crystal incense place I go to sometimes.
Yeah.
In the Dale.
It's got
Yeah.
everything you need.
Yeah, and one of the old heads there, like old pothead guy, was like, if your grinder gets stuck, you just take a little coconut oil, bro, and just rub it. Because sometimes it'll get
Yeah.
where
It's all
like
gummed up.
locked.
Or you
know,
have to like
can't
get
spin it.
unscrew a different part and poke a fucking pen through there, or
Yeah.
screwdriver or something.
Yeah.
Not that I know
Yeah,
anymore.
you saw it on a Vice documentary.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. A documentary about my vices.
But the coconut oil did work, and putting it in the freezer,
sure.
it'll like contract it a
Yeah.
little so you can actually
Yeah.
spin it off.
There-
I saw that on the Vice documentary
Nice.
too.
There's always Keef in the grinder is my. There's always money in the banana stand.
Oh yeah.
You're just like,
Yes.
It's exciting when you screw that little bottom part off and you haven't looked in a while.
Yeah.
It's just a big, it looks like Dune. It's like just these Dune
Yeah.
Keef. It's pretty exciting.
It is.
Spice.
Yeah. I remember when I was living in Ames, was OK Cupid the name of a dating app?
yeah.
Okay,
Cu-
Cupid. Yeah.
OK Cupid. I remember I downloaded OK Cupid for the first time. I was really lonely.
Great music videos.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Keep
No, I liked it.
Okay, I just got it. Yeah, the fucking treadmill.
yeah.
They headlined 80-35 like last time.
Okay,
That's
go,
how
or
on the
whatever.
pulse. But go ahead.
Yeah. So anyway, I downloaded OK Cupid, sort of instantly matched with this girl, went over to her place, and we had both
Oh
matched
boy,
for
here
like
we go.
casual encounter kind of stuff.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
They
Where it
had
was like-
scores.
Scores?
Yeah, I remember.
Oh,
You'd be like, 85%. Better mess with this
Scoring off of
person.
what? Like how you match?
Oh.
Yo, they're
Yeah.
the
Oh,
long
yeah.
questionnaire.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you a smoker? What's your astrological sign?
Yeah.
Important information.
And I was lonely, so I'm sure I filled out everything very, very thoroughly.
Oh yeah.
But I remember I showed up to this girl's house. This is all to talk about Keef. It's a long way. I remember I showed up to this girl's house,
Oh,
and
yeah.
she had like a 3-foot tall bong, and I'd never seen a bong the size that she had
Yeah.
before. And she was like, before we do anything, we should smoke. And I did smoke weed quite a bit at that time, but not quite at that level, I
Right.
think.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I wasn't gonna back
You weren't
out.
a professional.
You're more of an intermediate.
Yeah.
Intermediate.
Sort of amateur level, pro-am kind of
Pro-am.
level weed smoker. And so she loads a bowl, and then she like cupcakes it with Keef on
Oh,
top
yeah.
of it, which is a legendary move to do. It's awesome, but like new place, didn't know this
And the
person.
3-foot
Yeah.
long.
Yeah,
Sounds terrible.
cooks it. I mean, like storm clouds of fucking weed smoke into my brain. I last about. I would guess it felt like 15 minutes. It was probably 5 minutes, and I had like a full fucking panic attack.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I need to go home. I think.
Yeah. Absolutely,
It was
dude. That
literally the
sounds right.
world's shortest date of all time.
Well, see you later.
Yeah, I was like too afraid. Like I was terrified.
That sounds awful. Dude.
It
What
seemed
did she
like-
do? Was she just like?
I think she was just kind of unfazed. I was straight up with her. I was like, I think I'm having a panic
Yeah.
attack. I'm very, very high right now. I'm afraid to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're afraid to talk, and you're also like trying to think of what to talk about the entire
Totally.
time.
And then also the kind of impending
Yeah.
sexualness
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
in the
yeah.
air because of the encounter. And I'm like,
Your penis is like, no thanks.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right in here. Yeah.
I was very scared.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Bit off
Your
a little
penis
more
put
than
a
I
little
could chew.
out of order sign and went in the house.
Back at noon.
Yes, very scared.
Yeah.
That's a little trench coat on.
Yeah.
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 Shit.
That happened to me a lot back then.
That reminds me of those times where like you first did like a couple like dabs or whatever. You don't see the dab, or at least I don't see the dabs like you used to. But like you just go over to somebody's house or whatever, and
They'd have the big rig
Oh,
out.
yeah.
some big ass rig and a torch, and just like
Yeah, when they were new, it was all the rage. All of a sudden, torches were everywhere.
oh
And-
yeah.
Dude, that made
Dabbing.
weed. That turned weed into hard drugs.
I don't even think you got
It's like
high.
a chemistry set.
Yeah.
You just got high because you took one of these hits that made you cough for 30 minutes.
Dude, I remember
And you thought you were going
Oh,
to die
yeah.
and your lungs are just on fire.
And you're
your
lightheaded.
face is just like red. And I'm
Yep.
not high off the weed. I just haven't
I can't
had
fucking
oxygen
breathe.
for fucking 30 fucking minutes. All I can feel are my lips.
I remember my friend brought his over to my house years ago, and he had me he's like, yo, he's like, all right, I'm gonna light this, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you grab and you just take the biggest rip you possibly can.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And I was like, and
Yeah.
I'm like on the floor writhing around coughing, and he's laughing so hard. I
And the
thought he was
bong's
gonna
not even
fucking
cleared.
die, dude.
Oh yeah, not even close.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
even close. Still
Yeah.
like. So looks like a PVC pipe. It's just still
Yeah.
completely white. Like, oh shit! I took a little nip off that thing.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
am
Oh my
dead.
I remember my roommate taking one, and he went down to the basement, and we didn't hear from him for a while. And he came up, and he was white as a sheet. And I was like, are you okay?
Everything okay?
Yeah, that's exactly. And he was like, no. And he went to bed, and we were like, oh shit. And he,
You might die.
we didn't see him for a couple days. yeah.
It's intense.
Oh fuck.
I remember when I was back living with my parents in my 20s, I had to go out to the garage to smoke weed because I wasn't allowed to in the house.
Yeah.
You know, parents'
Fair.
rules.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's your place. But I go out to the garage. But unfortunately, at the time, I could only get like the wax,
Yeah.
like 4 dabs and shit.
Yeah.
So I had to get like this little mini rig. And so then I'm in like the garage. It's like this, big ass garage. With,
Cutting up whack.
yeah.
Heating up a nail.
Yeah. Terrified that my
Oh, my
stepdad's
God.
gonna find
Yeah,
me.
because
And I'm
they're,
like,
they're not going to
"I'm
know
like,
what
you
the
smoke
fuck that
Crack
is.
out here?
Your son's out here smoking crack. Stinks.
yeah.
And you're like, oh, I'm not.
He's having a seizure.
Yeah, it's super sick to get caught smoking pot by your parents when you're 25. You know?
Great.
Mom, get out!
Yeah, now my dad, he quit drinking and he's retired and now he's the pothead. And
Yeah.
it's just kind of
Nice.
funny because he's like offering me stuff and I'm like not doing anything at the moment. So I'm like, oh, no, thank you.
No thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You keep that bogey or bone yourself, Dad. You know, we're good.
That's kind of
awesome.
a sick move, though, as a man. You know, he raised his kids. He did all that stuff. Now
Yeah.
it's like, now it's time to fucking wake and bake every day.
Oh, yeah.
Why not?
Eat cereal for every meal.
I will say it's so much better for you than drinking is. I mean, like, not
Oh,
saying that it's
totally.
good for you, but the there, it just doesn't. It's just so
Yeah.
so much less bad for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
It's night and day.
Mhm.
Just say, and I don't even need the science, dog.
Yeah.
Like just off feeling alone. I've never, even the most high I've ever been, which is when I had 911 called for me
yeah,
by
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
You know,
Was that
By
Somebody
both
called the
us.
cops on me, and it was me.
Even that time, I woke up the next day and I was like, "Yeah, I'll definitely smoke weed again."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The worst for weed is pretty much just like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
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 Just,
I gotta go.
I've had a couple of. I thought I was having a serious mental health crisis because I had two, like full fucking blown. Didn't know who I was or where I was, or who my girlfriend was. Panic attacks. But that's because I ate like thousands of grams of
Truck stop gummies.
thousands of grams of truck stop edibles. yeah, yeah.
oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think they're working. And then 4 hours later, I'm like,
Yeah.
"Eee."
You had like a full dissociative
Yeah.
meltdown.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's scary, man.
Full blown. Like I didn't know who I didn't. I was like, and this is never gonna end. I'm gonna die. Yeah.
That's what I thought. I remember I tried to make a stand-up bit out of it forever, and I couldn't figure it out. But I really thought that I was going to be the first person to die from weed,
Yeah.
and it was
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be like this terrible tragedy.
Mhm.
Local failed comedian.
yeah, exactly. Local open micer. And freelance graphic designer. A true tragedy, a true law
Oh,
to the
yeah.
community. Yeah.
You were talking about dating apps signing up for the OK
Yeah.
Cupid.
Okay, Cupid, baby.
I remember being in a horrible place, having just got dumped, and I was like, I'm gonna sign up for Match.com, and make myself feel better. First of all, dating apps in general, if you're a dude, make you feel bad about yourself. Period. Even when it changed to swiping, you're like, oh, okay, I thought I was all right, but I guess not. Yeah. But I remember, so Match.com had all this shit to fill out.
Yeah.
Write an essay about yourself. Fill all this information out about yourself. Like sitting at the computer for like a couple hours doing all this shit. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
You're scanning in
I'm going to find
photos.
someone. Yeah.
I like cats.
Yeah, I'm gonna find someone, and then you finish all that, and it's like beep boop boop, calculating. Sorry, Match.com cannot accept you at this time. I was like, oh God, like, yeah, too big of a loser for a dating app.
You just
Damn.
rip the whole computer off the table.
Yeah.
Run out.
Yeah,
Wow.
they were basically like, you're too sad and you drink too much. Yeah,
It's just not gonna
Who
be.
do you think is on these apps?
yeah.
Yeah. No shit.
People out here lying.
Well, it's a lot of Ankeny folk. With
Yeah,
Right.
the Karen haircut back in the day.
yeah.
Karen haircuts and duck faces. I remember a lot.
Oh,
Is
camera
the
way up here.
is the Iowa or the Des Moines like
Yep.
dating app pool
Yep.
for the most part.
Yeah, I haven't done it since like 2016. Pretty much right when I first moved to
Right.
Des Moines. I bumbled a couple times.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, shout out to Sarah, who I met on a dating app.
There you go.
Hey.
So it works out sometimes.
Yeah, that worked out great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've known quite a few people that I've met via dating apps and it worked out
Yeah.
long term. Granted, these were people, like 2016, 2017.
Anymore, I mean,
Maybe
that's
it's a little
basically,
different.
it seemed like unless you're going out to meet people, that's how everybody met.
Well, the best dating
Yeah.
apps are at Chili's, you know?
yes, yes. Those are
Amen.
dating dippers.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Time to get to the jokes. Folks. Oh, about that Katy Perry space trip. And speaking of panic attacks, I was trying to imagine myself taking that same trip and knowing for sure that on that live stream that they had for the whole trip,
Mhm.
I would have a panic. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
Just you having a panic attack with a camera in your
totally
face.
flipping out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I bet
Just
you wouldn't
yanking on
promote your
the
album,
eject
though.
door. They're pulling you off the lever.
That sucked. I mean, I guess you could try to like rip the camera out so it wasn't.
I don't want to be on TV right now.
Because to me, that's the worst fear of like being on TV or having a crew follow
Right.
you around all the time. Is like, you're gonna have a bad day every once in a while.
Yeah.
I think the PR wouldn't have been that bad if she just like took Left Shark with her, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
People-
she did a lot of things.
we
it
could
was
have
like,
enjoyed that.
girl, like
Girl.
nobody really likes you right now anyway, and you're kind of, I don't know. I actually, I started after looking at like news apps and shit on my phone. I'm like, I actually feel kind of bad for Katy Perry for everyone hating on her.
Yeah, she
so
got
hard.
goosed.
Poor
Yeah.
people are never gonna go to space until
Right.
they need poor people to do
Right.
Yeah.
to fucking
Yes, when
mine it.
when you hear about a fun new adventure for poor people to go to space, just know then that's it.
Oh, they're
Paul-
sending you to
You're going-
Mars.
you're going to
Yeah,
the
you're
mines.
Canaries.
Paul,
Yeah,
Paul
yeah.
Reiser is behind it, you know?
Yeah. You're going to fight aliens.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All risers behind it.
God damn. Mars would be kind of sick though, just to check it out. You know.
Yeah. Gotta get
Sure.
you off to Mars.
Would you go to Mars? I mean, I think you gotta.
I mean,
you'd
I-
have to
I already
cut
said
out
it.
like a couple years of your
I mean,
life.
I'd
Yeah.
choose it over any other planet.
right? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how you ever watch those like there's these YouTube videos where it's like, how would you die on each of the planets?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love that shit.
And it's just
Most
like,
of them are you'll catch on fire or you'll freeze.
or
Right.
you
Right.
get crushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it is weird that we have them at all. You know.
Planets,
Yeah. You ever
wanderers.
you ever think about that? You
Oh,
ever
yeah,
think about
man.
planets, man?
Yeah, dude. There's a lot
Shit's
of 'em.
weird.
I think it's weird there's something at all, you know?
Yeah.
But it's not there if we don't observe it. So
Oh, yeah.
We're the
Yeah.
universe observing
observing.
itself.
That's true.
From what I've
Nobody knows
been
what the
told.
hell's going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always sucks when you're all of a sudden just remember, oh, yeah, there's a fucking moon,
Yeah.
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're just
There
like,
it is.
ah, fuck.
When I'm driving and the
Yeah.
sun's like, ah.
Yeah.
bright as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, just a couple nights ago, we were having crazy thunderstorms, at least
Yeah.
over in Sherman Hill.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, lightning coming across the sky. Pretty
Did you see that?
powerful shit, man.
That I think it was a time lapse lightning photo of
Yeah.
the Capitol. That was
No.
fucking sweet.
Yeah. It was
Big
all
lightning
over. It was
strike.
all
It was like
over the
100
local
lightning
internet.
strikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on the Reddit. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Photo made its rounds.
Yeah, did the Des Moines sweep there.
Yep.
All the social media.
Yeah. Burnett dude didn't even have anything bad
No.
to say about it. That's how awesome it was.
I keep hearing about it. So it was brunette dude, someone on the Des Moines
Oh,
subreddit that was like
yeah, just somebody that like we
negative
get.
Nancy.
Yeah, like we get Des Moines isn't like
It's not Vegas.
yeah, but they're always like, oh, everybody wants to talk about how great Des Moines is all the time. It's just one of those people,
Are they
It's
still
like-
around?
It's one of those. It's the classic like Des Moines not boring. You're boring, Like the people that complain about Des Moines, like there's
They'd be boring in New York.
What are you going to be
Exactly.
doing anyway? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you are. You're just gonna be like, ugh.
Oh, Paris,
Yeah.
this place fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have another fucking sidewalk cafe.
Boring.
Another baguette. Boring.
The kind of people that go to Euro Disney,
Yeah,
True.
I'm
I
sure.
think it's
There's plenty of
Gyro
nice
Disney.
people. Call back.
Yeah. I think it was a pre-airtime callback. So,
How old are you, Mr. Ream?
42.
42. Goddamn. Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah.
42. I'm about to turn 34. What advice would you give me?
42, by the way.
Fiber.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Meaning of Life. It's 42.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting at that. Don't worry. You're at that age where you're just gonna start googling how old certain actors were in certain roles, and you're like, hey man,
That's crazy.
I'm still
Oh.
younger than Han Solo.
Yeah.
So,
I used to. I so did that. Oh my god! And my thing was like Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
I was like, he's 29. As long as I've done something worthwhile by 29, I'm good. Because Shaun of the Dead is
Yeah.
29. And then I was like, oh.
Then you get the
fuck.
flip side.
Yeah,
that, like
yeah.
the oldest a Beatle ever was 27.
Right.
That's when I really want to
Yeah.
hurt my feelings. is-
Mhm.
yeah.
Which I would think it's funny where like I think like most 20-year-old dudes are like fucking dipshits,
Yeah.
And
Most
then
definitely.
and then like I adopt fucking George Harrison lyrics as like my ethos.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just gonna
Yeah.
run with
Yeah.
that.
But that 25-year-old, he's fine.
Yeah.
You know?
It is fucking crazy. You're fucking Mozart. That motherfucker was like in his teens writing some of that shit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I am very stupid.
Yeah.
You know, at least in comparison.
I'm not saying that. I do think I'm watching that documentary on the Disney Channel about Industrial Light and Magic, the special effects crew.
Mm-hmm.
And these dudes,
nice.
they're talking about how much they fucking love it. Like they're working out. The first couple episodes are almost exclusively about the first Star Wars. And these guys are figuring out how to do shit that no one's ever done before.
Yeah.
But at that point, nobody knows Star Wars is going to be Star Wars. And these guys are kind of just fucking around trying to figure it all out,
Yeah.
how to make it.
Try to make some fruity space movie.
And they're dedicating. Yeah, exactly. And they're like working 18 hours a day, fucking living together, having the time of their lives, and they all love it. And I'm like, I've never had that.
I'm just
Not-
a fucking sucker for practical effects.
Oh,
like,
dude,
documentaries.
watch this.
Or,
It's
like,
fucking great.
all the time, like growing up, they'd always have those. That's what's great about like the movies that we all love, like those 80s and 90s movies, is where it's pretty much like the peak of the art form.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Where like you have all these different movies where you have like everything put together from like stop motion, just like green screen type shit and
matte painting.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like matte painting.
That's
Oh,
what-
yeah.
all of
I
those
love a
are
good.
in
I
Star
could love a
Wars.
good Blade
Yeah.
Runner matte painting.
Yep.
They
You
look
know?
good.
Yeah.
Miniatures also very underrated.
Oh yeah.
I feel like miniatures
Let's blow them up.
look pretty awesome.
It's so funny as a kid, like when they would use miniatures, it worked every time.
Oh
Yeah.
Like I saw it, I'm like, I can't fucking believe. How do they
Well,
fucking
dude,
do that?
Independence
And now when I
Day-
watch those, I'm like, and these are little miniatures.
Yeah.
Like, I totally can spot it now, but back then,
But
like,
it's great when you watch like older movies, and the whole time you're like trying to think like, how the fuck are they doing this?
yeah,
What are they doing there? How are they getting that done? As opposed to now, it's just like, well, yeah,
yeah.
there's no magic.
Yeah, dude. My daughter and I watched The Wizard of Oz like a few months ago,
Oh yeah,
and even the opening of that, I was like, how the fuck did
Yeah.
they do this tornado?
How the
and
fuck?
I was like, they used a nylon and filled it
Yeah.
with something, and they were like having it spin around. I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
It's
How the-
amazing. Mind
How the
blowing.
fuck did Pink Floyd sync it all up?
yeah.
That's a great.
The third lion's roar, man.
Yeah.
She.
Second, third, I don't know.
That brings me back to the brickweed from earlier. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yes, those are of the same era.
Yes.
Full
Oh, yeah.
body high. just
Dark Side of the Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at a rainbow light bulb. for
I've
a
never
while.
done that. Have you guys all done that?
What?
Watch Pink Floyd with
Oh,
Wizard of
yeah.
Oz? Watch The Wizard of Oz.
Oh yeah, one of my last good ventures into the on mushrooms.
I think
I knocked out, I went cliche and I hung out. Wife went out of town and I was like, I got these fucking
Yeah.
chocolates I've been sitting on. I'm gonna fucking just go for it. Have
Oh,
a
yeah.
nice good solo adventure.
Mhm.
And went from Looney Tunes to Dark Side of the Moon, Wizard of Oz. They have
Yeah.
a YouTube video of it,
Yeah.
and then topped it off with Fantasia, which
Mhm.
Rites of Spring, heavy business.
Yeah, it is. That is.
Heavy business.
Do you go in? Do you go in with the plan?
Try to, yeah.
That's
yeah.
good. I found an issue. Not that, whatever, but
Like a trip itinerary kind
it's
of.
Yeah.
a good idea though because I've
It is.
wasted it so many times when I've been like, no matter what I'm doing, I'm like, what I'm currently doing isn't good enough. I need to be doing something better
Yeah.
than this. And then I'll be standing on the sidewalk in my front yard going,
Huh?
what should I do?
Yeah. I got playlists.
What should I do? And then the next thing I know, it's been like, yeah, exactly. Sometimes I blow it by
Yeah.
thinking about what to do the whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
Like trying to maximize it, I ruin it.
Yeah, I get that.
Mhm.
Been there.
Yeah, I remember when we did mushrooms that time at my house, and you came like you were very much like the Sherpa. I'm like, oh, okay.
For both of us.
Yes,
that was
I'm like,
both
oh,
of
usually
our,
whenever I do it, it's usually a chaotic affair. But like you had a plan, and you like brought all the right snacks and everything.
grapes.
Oh, yeah.
Grapes and Capri Suns, and
Ooh.
That was
if you think grapes are just a boring fruit, eat grapes on like 3.5 grams
Yeah.
of mushrooms. Too.
It
Like,
was more.
what?
topped it off with some
What?
Jack's Pizza, fucking like
Yeah.
super late.
I remember, yeah, dude, and we listened to Good Vibrations on the way to Quick Trip.
Oh yeah,
I thought we were in a submarine.
yeah. I mean, good vibrations. I mean, come on, man.
Oh, yeah,
There's, there's a fucking cello in there, dude. It's fucking deep.
Yeah. That changed. I mean, yeah, Stan, I think it's one
That
of the
I
best
made the
songs ever
I made the horrible mistake because it was right before I was getting ready to move to New York. That was the day before or the hour or two before we ate those. I decided it's a good time to put my car on the market. So you never want to get grounded or pulled back into shit.
Right.
And every once in a while you look at your fucking cell phone and there's 20 goddamn messages. You're like,
Yeah.
"Ugh."
Yeah.
I'll give you 400 for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
remember-
now, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I had never done. This was many years ago, but I remember looking at my phone and I was getting text messages, and I was like, "Am I really getting these text messages?" Because there's fucking rainbows coming off of every app on my
Yeah,
phone.
your phone,
and I was
yeah.
like,
Oh, I know your phone is literally a portal. You're like, oh my god.
Well,
You try and use it. You're like, this is.
I also
absolutely
remember-
oh yeah, yeah.
impossible.
You're just like praying to get to the right album, and you
the
can't
apps
figure
are
it-
hopping around.
And
You're
then
like,
finally you hit the right album, and you're like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm spent.
I also remember we first started. I was like, I don't know when it's gonna really hit, whatever. I don't really know what's happening. And the 3 grown men in Alex Carter's front yard. I'm like hitting this huge tree with a stick.
Yeah.
I'm just standing in the front yard. I'm like,
Yeah.
if somebody drove by, they'd be like, "What the fuck?" Is
And
that?
then
Yeah.
just a couple hours later, we had a shirtless Bane.
That's right. That's right.
Pop the shirt off?
Oh. Best
Yeah.
believe. I'm stealing all his catchphrases when he's sitting next to me.
Yeah. It can get real primal like that. when
Yeah.
you're-
Oh yeah.
I do appreciate when people are like, "Hey, I'm sorry for saying hell yeah."
Copyrighted.
That's right. Like I'm the only person that says that. The fuck?
Everyone knows that.
Sounds like a good time though. I mean, having
amazing.
having a good trip chaperone is key.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
know.
Keeps you on the rails
That's why you say
until
you did
until
it
you fly
alone.
off the rails.
Yeah. I remember towards the end of the night,
Oh.
fucking Alex, we're like, oh, and Alex is like, we keep smoking, keep doing whatever. And then we're standing, and Alex fucking drops to his knees. And then all the way down, we're like, oh, shit. And then he gets up and goes to bed. And me and Reem are outside talking, like, what the hell do we do? We can't call anybody. We're in a house full of drugs. And Alex is like, I can hear you. I'm fine.
Yeah. And then he came out. We watched The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't walk for half an hour, but then I was
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little blood pressure type of
Yeah.
thing. Problem.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So that fucking blood pressure. It'll
I'll
do
get you.
some wild stuff every once in a while.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember one of the only times I did mescaline. A friend of mine, he brought like homemade kaleidoscopes that his dad made. He had like this really cool. It was like
Oh,
only
man,
only
kaleidoscopes.
drum and chanting music, which could be scary in
Oh,
a certain
boy.
context.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think
like
that's hit or miss.
the vibe was
There-
correct though.
There is a can't suggest it highly enough. There is a fucking psilocybin playlist on there from John Hopkins. There it is, the John Hopkins Society or whatever psilocybin playlist, and it's all like crazy
Nelly.
chant music, and there's this Om Nami Shiva fucking song that's like 15 minutes, like Om Nami Shiva. That like you put a fucking mask on, or I like to put the mask on.
Oh, yeah.
You know, sleep mask, weighted blanket, blast,
Oof.
and
Taking a real journey.
Yeah.
Hoo boy,
Yeah.
Hoo boy.
I've never done that.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
sounds intense.
It was. It was.
Yeah.
It was. It has been. It's been.
Did you figure some shit out?
No, I just
Oh.
trip balls.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah,
Stood at the face of the divine and was like, ooh.
What's up, dude? Hell yeah.
you look long enough into the abyss,
Yeah.
you're pretty fucked up, or however that saying goes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Allegedly.
Shit's
Yeah.
good for your brain, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I like the little microdosing as well, like just doing a gram or something, but just doing other, not operating heavy machinery necessarily,
Right.
but
No
you know,
forklifts.
no forklifts, but maybe you're shucking and jiving around the house, doing something, working on some artwork. It's pretty
Yeah.
fun.
yeah. I like to give it to the baby and see what happens.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah.
That'll
good
cut-
for a stroll.
Not
Or a stroll.
you know.
Well, there's been a camping type trip that's been threatened for many a year, I feel like, in the Des Moines comedy scene
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
with
We come close every
various
summer.
participants. But I'm always intrigued because it'd be kind of fun to have like a little comedy Burning Man type of thing where you can do what you want,
Yeah.
sort of.
Yeah.
But
We
try
all
to-
do mushrooms. We kill the weak comedians.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Kind of reset the whole order.
Yeah.
Put a boar's head on a
Yeah,
spear.
it's like
Yeah.
Yellow
Yeah.
Jackets with balls.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Could get wild.
Perfect. That's how we'll reorganize the Des Moines comedy community. Hell yeah.
I like that. Lord of the Flies.
Yep.
Mhm.
Just trying to think of a Lord of the Flies comedy kind of spin-off joke, but
Piggy.
I had fucking nothing. Lord of the Nope.
Nope.
No, that's all right. Now that I'm getting
Lord
old,
of the mics.
now that I'm getting older, I'm getting acne. I'm getting different type of acne. Have you noticed that in your lives growing
Sure
older?
have, buddy.
I don't get zits all the time
Yeah.
anymore. Now I just get zits like 4 times a year, but it's the craziest zit you've ever seen.
I just get a horn,
Yeah.
you know.
Dilated pores of whiner.
Yeah.
You guys know what I'm talking about if you watch enough zit popping videos.
No, not for me.
Toll's favorite.
I do love them.
They have that Dr. Pimple Popper
Mm-hmm.
popping up on like the, and it's just like I can't.
Yep. It's all my fucking For You page is all boobs and zits. And now universe stuff, I guess.
Universe.
Robots. Never mind. There's a lot on there. Take it
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Pretty good variety.
There
Big-
is. Yeah.
yeah. Big history is fun. I like eons. I'm really into eons now.
Oh,
you
yeah?
know? Yeah.
I like
Epochs.
I like
I like a
digging
good
into
epoch.
the universe. Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
Yeah,
Epochs.
dude.
It's my favorite rapper.
Yeah.
periods.
Period.
Ages.
Oh yeah, dude. Love a good age.
Dynasties.
What eras.
Started.
Yeah.
What else? What else?
We're great comedians.
Well, that's always fun to think about too. Is the how small a billion is, or how big a billion
Yeah.
is, but how small it is compared to infinity.
Yeah.
And like infinity is gonna happen for like ever, you know.
Yeah.
So eventually, it in the face of the vastness of time, even a billion years will be just like a speck.
Yeah, dude.
You
Well,
know?
that's what that Fight Club
That's the
quote,
shrooms
right?
talking right there.
On a
Yeah.
long enough timeline, everybody's lifespan drops to 0.
Yeah. Even the stars, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like Katy Perry.
Damn.
That's right. It's just
Oh man, my mom's gonna smell it on us.
And we ain't even talked about how big it is.
no, it's fucking insane.
I think,
Universe.
yeah,
I've just,
Is it
you know,
big?
yeah. I mean, I think Iowa's pretty big, you know.
well, they say there's a thing. There was a physicist talking about this in one of my videos, and I've said it on the podcast before. But how big the universe is that basically everything that has happened or will happen has already happened. Because essentially, like I'm looking this way, you're looking that way, you're looking that way, Alex is looking this way, but through space, every direction we're looking. If you multiply that by light years of
Yeah.
distance, we're all looking like 20 million years in different directions every time we look in a different direction. So, like, if they're looking back, what we're seeing is already has happened millions of years ago. Every star we're looking at is, we're seeing it millions of years beyond where it actually is.
It's been long dead.
Mm-hmm. Well, not necessarily, but the light we're
That's
seeing.
what I get for trying to contribute.
I always love that stuff when it just breaks your fucking brain.
Yeah.
I tried
Yeah.
listening
Like
to fucking History of Time or whatever,
Yeah.
the Stephen Hawking's shit, where you can follow it for a little bit, but then they start building on top of what they've already taught in the first chapter, and you're
Right.
just like,
Hold on. Hold on.
yeah. That's not what time is,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, and then they start talking about like fucking, yeah. Not only is everything big, but then everything's fucking small too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Fucking existence.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, because I mean, isn't sort of the scientific thought that everything
Every-
started from like a
The
pinpoint?
singularity.
Oh, yeah, man.
pinpoint
All
of-
mass, all matter.
Which at that point,
crazy.
I'm like, I don't got to pay these parking tickets, right?
Dude, I think about that all the time.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These taxes ain't getting paid.
Also, now, not to, but with the president, like not following any rules, and like
Right.
the Supreme Court is like, hey, you have to do this thing, and he's just like, nah. Like, so do I have to follow? Like, I don't want to follow rules.
Yo, you
either.
have to.
Yeah.
I know, I'm aware, but I feel like a good defense is be like, but the president, you know what I'm saying?
right.
yeah,
And then they'll
yeah.
be like, all right, well, let's see it.
yeah, that's true.
Let's see it. Let's see that money.
What if I threaten you? Oh, that doesn't work either. Okay.
I tried to do the right thing. When I was during the pandemic, I was selling T-shirts and stuff. You might recall.
Mhm.
I did that little clothing thing, and I was like, "Well, who knows? Maybe I'll sell enough of these. I should be responsible and set up a sales tax thing, make sure it's all above board."
Oh yeah.
And I sold like whatever 80 T-shirts total, right? And I kind of forgot about it. And then I got a letter in the mail
Ah.
this past week from the IRS saying I owed $60,000 because basically if you don't fill it out, they fill it out for you. They just assume.
They just guess.
They
what
guess.
like you're holy
Yeah.
shit.
So I'm not gonna actually have to owe
Right.
60,000. I got a letter being like, "You owe 61,000." Something. I was like, "God damn."
no shit.
How many of those T-shirts did I sell?
Holy
Yeah.
shit,
'Cause
dude.
they'll just fill in the blank if you
Yeah.
don't. And I forgot to. I didn't think. I assumed if I didn't report, then they'd either just close it or you know what I mean. I thought it would just kind of take care of itself.
that's
on that
what
one.
many years ago I took out. I was unemployed and I took the money out of my 401k, which I was like, they take a shitload out of it when you take it out. So I was like, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
And then years later, they're like, hey, you didn't pay the taxes on the free money you took out. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And yeah, it was that I didn't pay taxes on top of the fee
Oh,
that
yeah.
I took.
Mm.
And it's still kind of fucking me to this day in some ways.
I just didn't file for most of my 20s, but I didn't make
Yeah.
shit, so they didn't
Yeah.
care. You know?
Yep.
They
Yeah.
weren't coming after me for my Polly-Eyes pizza fucking jack.
Right. yeah.
You owe us $200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. A couple of those things where like I had some credit cards that I just didn't pay for like a decade, and then all of a sudden they just kind of like give up,
They sell
Yeah.
it.
and then you start over.
Yeah.
They sell
like
your
7
debt.
years.
They sell your debt for nothing to collectors.
Yeah.
And then you just I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
I
once it's
ran
to
up some debt.
collectors,
Now I have killer credit. I don't
Yeah.
know what the. I mean, my wife had a lot to do with it, but
Right.
Yeah. Been there, buddy.
yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
So all you guys
Oh, yeah.
out there, fucking
Yeah,
20-year-olds,
Don't pay those credit
Don't
cards.
Don't pay your bills.
Fuck
Credit
exactly,
card,
dude.
buy mostly credit card bills or taxes. Let's all
Yeah.
see what happens. Stop paying them. Start a revolution,
Hey.
baby.
Yeah, dude.
I tried to pay him, kind of forgot about it, and I still got fucked. You know what
Well,
I mean?
they also rich people don't pay taxes.
Yeah.
Why the fuck should I?
Yeah.
Yeah. If anything, I should never have to pay taxes because I'm poor and stupid. You know?
Yeah, dude.
You're already getting taxed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God taxed me. You know what I mean?
He has a heavy tax bracket.
I think
Yeah.
doing
what I
it's a
think.
waste and it's fraud and it's abuse. You know.
Yeah, I mean, at least the spread on it seems a little unfair from what I can tell of,
Yeah.
you know, just that you can offshore account and shell company this.
I saw a comedian or was on a show or something. They said like taxes are like the government. It's like you owe us money, and you're like, okay, how much? And they're like, you have to figure it out.
Yep.
I'm like, but you know the answer. They're like, we know the answer, but we want
Yeah.
you to do
Hey,
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
We want to see your work.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Jokes on the government. I've never been taxed for comedy, so
There we go.
Yep.
Nice.
yeah.
That's at least 500 or 600.
I've
under the
never
table.
made enough to be taxed for comedy.
Haven't hit the tax bracket yet on that.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think it's like $600 until you have to like start reporting or allegedly. I think that's the tax part. Like you can earn up to 600 from a single thing or person.
Okay, but what's the transfer rate on drink tickets though?
Right. On
What's
free
the-
pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what
Just
the
send them
currency
the
exchange rate
IRS.
is on that.
15% of my urine.
There you go.
There you
Beer tax.
go. All right. I'll give you some of the revenue off my clips I put onto YouTube.
All that crowd work, man, it's paying off.
Yeah. Alex, can I see your vape, please? I'm in desperate need.
Inspect it.
Yeah.
Check it out. Make sure it's working.
What kind of flavor you got? You got like
It's a real dumb name. one.
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
nice.
How do you
Up.
when you buy the Nightcrawler? Do you ask them?
I do. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It
What
really
is
tastes
it?
like worms.
Yeah, it tastes like that one character from X-Men.
Yum.
Tastes like what's that guy's name?
Nightcrawler.
It's like a
That
Russian.
tastes like Alan Cummings.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
There we go.
Nightcrawler.
That's pretty good. It does have like a Nightcrawler kind of taste to it.
Oh, boost. Huh?
Yeah, hell yeah, we're boosting
Oh.
tonight, baby.
Oh.
Hit
I'm feeling
different.
boosted. Have you guys ever done this game? Me and my friends would do this at school quite a bit, where you try to guess what people's nipples look like.
I
Give me
am not.
anybody, you know,
Yeah.
guys, girls, anything. We would try to come up with theories to like determine how you could figure out what their nipples look like. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah.
I've
Because people will
never-
say that
I've thought about it.
the people say that the color of your lips is what your penis color is. I've heard that a few times.
Hmm.
These aren't reliable sources necessarily, but
Sounds like a
Yeah.
sounds like something people said before the internet existed.
those are the circles I was running around.
Very
What,
learned,
nipples?
very learned men.
Yeah, yeah. It was like that Inside Out 2, the boy edition kind of stuff. we were talking about earlier. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have a lot of stuff to do or think about, so you just think about shit like that, I guess.
Yeah.
At least that's what I was up to.
Yeah.
Boone.
Yeah, that played a large factor as well.
Oh yeah.
There might have been a chemical spill somewhere near the water plant over the years.
A lot of drugging up around like ledges and shit. That's what I'd do if I lived
Oh,
in Boone.
Ledges is the best.
You just go there all the time and
There's a big rock that you can stand on that sort of overlooks a river. You take a little oneer up there or something.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Smoke a little bowl, and then get scared that you're up real high.
Yeah. Call the cops on yourself
Panic
again.
attack and
I'm
go home.
stuck.
Yeah. Yeah. That was kind of my move for most of my life. So
Legend.
yeah. It's an environment thing, I think, for me. Where sometimes I'm like, yeah, this is a great environment to smoke weed, and then I'm like, there's too many people here. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
the
leave
people
now.
that ruin it, dude.
Yeah.
Because you just want to go with it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like lay on the
Free of
ground.
interference.
Yeah. Like I just want to lay on the ground and worm it up,
Yeah.
People are gonna
Close
think
to
I'm
nature.
weird, and it's like you're fucking weird. You have shoes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get on my level.
Yeah,
The ground level.
yeah, dude.
Yeah. But then sometimes it's so nice, That's the double-edged sword
Yeah.
for me.
Then
with
other
the
time you see
weed.
like two old people walking together, and you're like, oh man, that's
cool.
sweet,
Gay. Yeah.
I saw I was a little stoned, and I saw a bird taking a bath today, and I was like, yeah, just watched for a while.
I'm
Yeah.
into birds.
Then I felt kind of like a pervert. I was like, I'm watching this bird take a bath.
I should stop jacking off.
We got a digital bird feeder. It's got like a camera set up to it, so
Oh,
like,
nice.
it'll send you like updates on your phone when a bird's eating.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
But really, all it does is show fat ass fucking squirrels parked on my fucking bird feeder.
Yeah. Still fun though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 'cause you can yell at them. They're like, they're just like, yeah, get the fuck away from there, squirrel.
Squirrels are bold in my neighborhood as well.
Yeah.
I've been feeding. I went through a pretty big bag of bird feed, and I'm gonna guess 70% of it went to a rather large squirrel.
Yeah, and then they have the nerve to chitter at you as you, yeah,
Yeah, so I
Hey,
giving
like
you
it.
like, what are you flipping me shit for?
Yeah.
yeah,
I
dude.
just gave you a bunch of peanuts, asshole.
Yeah, they like fucking with you.
And I break for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Don't pay taxes and break for squirrels.
They don't even fucking think about running into the road. They just fucking do it. Squirrels are dumb. It's like that damn commercial where like, the car veers off the road and the squirrels are fucking high-fiving each other. Because like, learn your lesson or something. They
You
just
think evolution at some like, I've wondered about that with
Yeah.
squirrels. If they'll
Squirrel
evolve
evolution.
to be better at, crossing streets.
Or
over
I got-
time.
Seem like it.
I got a,
Rather- Go ahead.
I got a cat in my neighborhood that just fucking struts. Just like he's never been hit before.
Crossing
yeah.
the street
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah,
Very
exactly.
slowly. Yeah, I'm walking over here. All right.
That was like Toll's
Yeah.
cats when they
Yeah.
were back when they were on the streets.
Well, although Apollo did come home pretty fucked up one time.
That's true.
And it's weird because you want to be like, what the hell happened to you, cat?
Yeah.
He's just like, meow. Like, that's a terrible answer.
I don't want to talk about it.
Coyote.
Yeah.
You get
No,
I
it
went
wasn't.
to a
I don't know
nightclub.
what.
It got
Oh,
crazy.
Yeah.
Danny
Yeah.
Arthur's.
Have you ever seen that movie Party Monster? It was kind of like that.
I have never seen that movie.
with Macaulay Culkin
It's
and
interesting.
Seth Green.
Mhm.
We watched the trailer the other night
Ah.
after watching Party Girl.
Ah.
The big Parker Posey moment. So.
Ah.
And pretty solid flick that you really miss that whole vibe of like cool 90s indie movies, that you would
Yeah.
just grab from Blockbuster, and it definitely definitely had that vibe, where it's just like you have these just like very earnest conversations and stuff in between like
That's what
zany bits.
90s indie movies were all about.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Long, earnest conversations.
About Monday.
What did you guys think of Ernest Goes to Camp?
There we go.
I didn't think he went camp enough
So we sent him to jail.
in Africa.
And then he met. Well, never mind.
Yep.
That would be inappropriate.
That's one of my favorite things about the internet culture nowadays is the collective like realization from everybody is like, you know what? Ernest was hot.
Jim
Yeah.
Varney can get it.
Yeah.
Kind of a unique look to him, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Seemed like he was in decent shape too.
He's
Now
like,
that-
I got
now
a
that I
big
think
dong, know what I mean, Mern?
Kind of has that look to him.
But hey, his Vern.
Yeah.
It burns when he pees.
Still got it. Well, shit. I think it's about time to start landing this no sleep airlines.
Oh.
Start bringing it down for a landing.
Whoa.
Put your
Yeah.
seatbelts on.
Oh yeah.
Buckle in.
Stop moving around.
Unfortunately, we don't really have too many shows because we're all losers.
Yeah.
You two have a show.
That's true. Alex and I are on the Sunday sermon at XBK here in Des Moines, May 18th, 12
Nice.
p.m.
Nice.
Free pancake breakfast with your ticket.
How much is the ticket?
I didn't look into that. That's before fees.
Yeah. It's 112 all in.
Yeah, exactly.
Free pancake breakfast.
Yeah.
If you bring a box of pancake batter.
Good meal for some day drinking.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was like a long time ago. We did a show called Los Guapos, which is sort of like a spaghetti western themed comedy show, and we had a biscuits and gravy bar at
Oh,
that,
yeah.
and that was some good drinking fuel as well.
I've
yeah.
never
Good
seen
biscuits and gravy,
Yeah,
too.
that should be on every show.
Yeah,
a
like
biscuit and
mandatory.
gravy bar. People were fucking stoked for that.
Yes.
They were crushing it.
Oh my god, I've never seen people so ready to eat biscuits and gravy.
Yeah. Well,
It's a good drunk food.
It
no pun
is.
intended, but the bar for biscuits and gravy too is not that high.
Yeah.
Like you can have like shitty biscuits and like canned gravy, just like
Yeah.
fucking Casey's as it hits the spot with the biscuit and gravy.
Oh, I
you know
love
what I
the
mean?
biscuits and gravy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I like him. I like a biscuit and gravy.
Yep.
We're gonna go on the record and say we like it, folks.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. I watched a video of a bunch of British kids trying biscuits and gravy for the first time because both biscuits and gravy are entirely different things in the UK.
Oh yeah,
Biscuits.
And they see it and they're like, ugh. Like,
this
what
isn't
is
a cookie.
Like, this is gross. Fuck up now. Like, yuck. Ew.
Biscuits and gravy.
And then they eat it and they're like, oh my God.
These kids are also charming.
Call Dumbledore. It's delicious.
And that's England for you,
Yeah, that's
folks.
right.
Yeah.
Suck on that. Giving the red coats a little guff.
Yep. Poking them.
That's right.
I don't know. Everybody hates us right now, so.
Yeah,
I hate us.
fair enough.
Same. Yeah, same. Yes.
I like to hope that the rest of the world is able to look at it. I think that how
Right.
we sort of look at it, we're not ever. I don't assume everyone in North Korea is an asshole just because
Right.
Kim Jong Un or whatever.
Right.
You know.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
protests
hoping-
here, too. You know?
for now.
Yeah. Yeah.
For now.
Right.
As of the time
So
of this
it-
taping.
Till they start shooting us for protesting.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean,
That's when we go to the podcast streets.
That's right.
yeah.
We riot. We stream
Live live street correspondence.
Yes.
Put
What-
our
what were you
little
gonna say,
press
Brandon?
vest on.
Yeah. We're asking for due process. All they're going to give us is don't process.
God damn.
That's right.
Patreon.com/NoSleepDSM. Venmo at ToboCop. Brandon Ream, a great social media follow because you do some jokes on the social media
yeah.
as well.
Mhm.
So you're a very good follow for that. And that's Reamcore,
I'm on all of them.
REAMKORE.
Are you on Blue Sky?
I'm on, yep. Who's your favorite blues guy? BB King or
Saw BB King live. when
Robert
I was
Cray?
Young.
Yeah.
He
Well, you won't
graduated
see him
on-
live now.
That's true. That'd be pretty weird.
He retired.
Yeah.
Fully.
Black Hat Ice Cream, Valley Junction or Cottage Grove.
There you
How
go.
about that?
How about that?
How about that?
How about that?
Going well?
It's been a total disaster.
Hell yeah. We'll go check it out.
It's been good. It's good, guys.
Good.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Got the farmer market firing up pretty soon too, right? Is
Oh,
it
yeah.
already going?
Nope. Next week.
I like a
Next
Valley
week.
Junction.
Oh
farmers
yeah,
market.
you'd be right in the heart of that bad boy.
You better
I
believe
think I think Valley Junction's the best, middle ground farmers market. You
it.
know,
It's
what I mean?
manageable.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can't downtown. You don't even feel like
It's
you
an
can like,
apocalypse.
look at anything.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
craziness.
You can actually buy some stuff, talk to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Valley
Black
Junction.
Hat, yeah. Check out Black Hat Ice Cream, Valley Junction Farmers Market, and just in Valley Junction in general. How about that?
Suck on that.
Suck on that.
And you can catch me at home pooping with the baby.
Oh yeah.
Right? Dad stuff. Get ready,
Mhm.
Brandon.
Yeah. Then what you got? You're a landlord now for cats.
I am. That's true.
Yeah.
I do keep a home for cats away from my home.
Toll's home for
Cats
wayward
and fish,
cats.
That's right.
Cat refinement.
They're having a great time.
The end story we all predicted.
Sir. Well, folks, this has been No Sleep the Podcast. I've been AJ Simmons.
Ooh, I've been Tom McGrain.
Brandon Ream.
And I've been the Ice Cream King of Des Moines, Alex Carter.
Thank you. Thank you, Shyla. Goodbye.
Bye.
Fucking AJ, Toll and Alex. They're fucking hilarious.
This is a certified hood classic. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.